Hi everyone. So I have Adrienna here. She's from Clean Food Living. She has a YouTube channel, and ever since I moved down here to Tucson, I've come across a lot of other people, or I've came closer to everybody now, and I can finally meet the people who I've been chatting with over the years, and this is one of them. I actually recently met her, and so she came from Montana down to Tucson, and we're doing a video collaboration together today, and for you guys, and we're actually going to answer 3 questions, right?
Yep,
three questions. But also we're going to do a recipe video also, or part of this video will be a recipe too. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So the first question is from a Karen. So hi Karen, if you're watching. I actually have your exact question here. So Karen asked, I keep hearing that raw vegans don't get enough selenium, zinc, iron, and calcium. Could you do a video showing how to properly get enough of these on a raw vegan diet? I love your videos. So I certainly can, Karen, and actually I'm going to do a whole complete video myself on that, but since I have Adrienna here, I thought it would be really good to do your question so you can get both of our thoughts and opinions on it, okay? For my personal thoughts and opinions on that, again, you guys, a lot of you guys know that I'm not the health expert. I don't claim to be, and I don't really want to be. Just sharing with you guys my own personal experience, and from what I've learned from other long-term raw foodists and vegans out there. And for me, what I have learned is that you most certainly do get enough on a raw vegan diet and a vegan diet. I think a lot of that comes from the leafy greens, especially leafy greens. That's where the calcium, and then
calcium, for sure.
And then the selenium. I know a lot of people talk about the Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts, like one Brazil nut is gives you all your selenium for the day.
Right.
Yeah. So so that's easy to do, but again, you have to eat enough. You have to eat enough. What I have learned, like especially with 80-10-10, if any of you, a lot of you raw foodies probably already know about 80-10-10, you see the amount of greens that are required in a day. And when you use Chronometer and you track all of that, you really see that you meet your needs fully and completely. But that's like 1 to 2 pounds of greens a day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot of greens. But you certainly can get it all in, though, for sure. But it all goes back to getting enough in by eating enough. I also think it's good to supplement. It's okay to supplement also, because that kind of goes into a whole nother topic. I can kind of go on and on about that. But I do know supplementation is okay on a plant-based diet, and you shouldn't be afraid of that either. So, Adrienna, you can hear something?
Yeah. So I went raw vegan for 6 months, and now I eat some cooked foods in the evening. And it's generally, if you go to my channel, Clean Food Living, you'll see I have a lot of recipe videos on like plant-based soups and such. And I just want to make really clear, I'm not a traditional vegan in that I don't eat cooked rice, quinoa, those kinds of really high starch things, no pasta, no bread, nothing. So I'm 100% plant-based, and then some of it is cooked and most of it is raw. So I just want to put that out there. That makes us a little bit different, but it makes for a really great conversation and discussion. So I do feel that you can get enough of those essential nutrients, those minerals. But like what Staci was saying, you have to consume enough. It's about the quantity. So eating a 2 leaves of kale in your salad isn't going to cut it, isn't going to do it. And a lot of it, and I'll speak from my personal experience, was education. I tried to go raw vegan 2 times and failed. And it was the 3rd time that I became successful. And I think this is important, that the reason why I failed the first 2 times in going raw vegan was because I was shooting in the dark at what I thought was healthy, what I thought was good, and I wasn't educated enough on where my minerals and vitamins were coming from. I was brand new to raw, so I wasn't educated enough on quantity and consumption. I felt full, so I thought I was done, but I didn't know that I was deficient on protein, deficient on certain minerals, deficient on carbs, deficient on calories in general, because I wasn't tracking it. And so I thought, oh, the diet doesn't work. Wrong. The diet works. It was my lack of education that wasn't working. So once I got the app, the Chronometer app, I cannot recommend that enough. In that I started tracking what I was eating, and I was like, holy smokes, okay, I'm not getting enough this, I'm not getting enough calories, I'm not getting enough carbs, I'm not getting enough of XYZ. No wonder I'm not feeling that great when everybody's touting how great raw veganism is, and I'm like, how come I'm not doing great?
Exactly.
But once I got Chronometer and tracked it diligently every single day, I still do, 9 months later, 10 months later, every single day, and I see, okay, I need a little more calories, okay, a little more fat today, okay, I've met my mark on carbs today, but I do need a little more protein. And Chronometer also shows you how much minerals and vitamins you're getting. It itemizes it all out. So you know if you're not getting enough selenium, you know if you're not getting enough zinc. And then I found certain power foods, like when I started adding hemp seeds to my diet, my zinc shot right up. I'm like, awesome.
Protein too.
And protein and selenium as well. So, once you'll see when you track with the Chronometer, when you add certain foods, certain minerals will spike, and you're like, great. Now I know from now on that is a source. I eat my hemp seeds every single day to make sure that I get my zinc and things like that. It is possible, but it takes education and it takes work on your part to inform yourself on how to do it correctly, because you can do it incorrectly, and if there's a fail, it's probably not the diet, it's probably you're missing something in your education. So I'll wrap this up.
But no, that's okay. You can keep going. That's just fine.
Once I started, once I hit Chronometer and I knew what I was missing, bam, I immediately felt better. Once I started getting my ratios correct, my ratios were all over the map. Like,
if I could just chime in real quick.
Yeah.
That's my problem. My ratios, the macronutrients were really screwed up. And so that's really important. What Adrienna just said is, that's why my last video, I really mentioned that I believe in balance. Balance, getting enough of everything, not just one group of food, one group of or area of plant foods, but I mean a wide range of them. But I mean, so you can get all your macronutrients and all your micronutrients. So
ratios are important, and that's what 80-10-10 is based on. Those are for those of you not familiar with 80-10-10, that's a ratio. It's 80% carbs, 10% protein, 10% fat. I started on 80-10-10, and you have to fine-tune your body. You have to listen to your body and what it's saying, and educate yourself on the foods. So once I got 6-7 months in doing the 80-10-10, I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling, something's a little off. I wasn't feeling bad or horrible. That I don't mean that extreme, but something was off. So I started experimenting with my ratios. And I found for me, it's critical that my protein and my fats together are the most balanced. If my fat is way off and my protein's in the other direction, that's where I feel lopsided. So I bumped up to about 70-15-15. I feel best right now at 15% fat, 15% protein, and a 70% carb. But I watch those balances, and again, listen to your body, and you know what? It's okay for your body to change, and it's okay to change directions when that comes. So after 6 months, I changed lanes a little bit. And you know what? In 3 months, I could change lanes again, and 6 months again. It's always fine-tuning, because what your body needs is ever-changing. It's not static. And back to the mineral question, kind of getting off a little bit, but it's what Staci was saying is, it's okay to supplement if that's what you need. I wasn't supplementing at all. When I got on Chronometer, I saw, okay, biotin is really one that no matter how much I consume of bananas or this or that, I'm always low on my biotin. So I chose the cleanest biotin supplement that I could get. So I'm only supplementing for exactly what I'm deficient in, and not this giant multivitamin that's just overpowering my body. So I just also want to add, never put yourself under condemnation. Never get into food legalism in that you're condemning yourself because you're not following exact protocol of this book or what this person says. Those are nice guidelines, but if you need to supplement on whatever it is that you're just not getting enough of, give yourself permission to do that, and it's okay. There really is no food police. I know sometimes on YouTube people like to pretend they're food police, but it's not a real thing. So you need to follow exactly what your body is telling you, and it's okay. Give yourself permission. So,
well, real quick, I think, well, because I'm honest about this, that I think part of that is that purity mindset that people kind of get into, because once we get into the health movement or really get into health and we start experiencing the change, all we want is the best for ourselves, and then we kind of lose track of really following what our body really needs and what it's telling us. But we keep saying, no, we need to stay on this because this is the healthiest possible, when really your body it's calling for another area of plant food so it can balance out in time. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain too, but it just reminded me of a purity mindset, because I definitely am honest of that, because I follow a lot of raw vegans, because I truly believe in raw veganism, and it's amazing how that makes your body feel. And especially like Fully Raw Christina out there, and Freely the Banana Girl, and During Rider, when they were raw. I mean, there's a lot of raw vegans out there that it's like their body is just so pristinely healthy, and there's some of them that are still raw, like Fully Raw Christina right now, and it's like, wow, she's got to have like the healthiest body on the planet. And so for me, I look at that, I'm like, I want to feel good all the time and be able to exercise like she does, as much as she does, and still look and feel really good, like preserve the body, and but I know for me, I'm not Fully Raw Christina. I can't consume that much plant foods like she does, or even like a lot of other raw vegans and vegans out there. So getting enough of the nutrients, for me, that's what's hard for me, and so that's why supplementation, it's advisable for me to do that. It's advisable for me to look at other avenues in the plant-based arena, of course keeping it as clean as possible, but I definitely have that purity mindset where for a long time I was like, no, I just want to stay on raw, but I was really actually needing something else, and it has really helped once I've made a slight shift. And of course, I will share that with you guys in future videos, of course.